This is our first look at the new Kia EV9. It's the company's flagship 7-seat electric car. And this, refreshingly, isn't the range topping model. This is actually pretty much going to be the entry grade model. This is what you'll get for your money in Ireland. Now, I want to talk first of all about the battery. It's got a huge 99 plus kilowatt hour battery. It's going to give you a range of up to 541 kilometers in the single motor version. That'll have 204 horsepower. And there's then going to be a dual motor version that will have slightly less range, but you're still going to be looking at just under 500 kilometers. It's built on the same architecture that underpins the EV6 and Ioniq 6 from Hyundai and the Ioniq 5. It's an 800 volt architecture, which means it can charge really quick. You can add 236 kilometers of range to this in just 15 minutes if you can find a charger fast enough to do it. But we are seeing more of those hit the streets, so that is a good thing. Let's talk about design. This is a pretty imposing big SUV, although despite what you might have seen from the pictures at the start, it isn't quite the behemoth that it looks like in the early pictures. You've got a fully blanked off grille here. There are some vents just in here that open when it needs to cool the battery down a little bit, but by and large it's all closed off. You've got these vertically stacked headlights here, big Kia badge in here. There is a small frunk under the bonnet. It's not huge, but it's enough to throw your charging cables in or any other odds and ends that you want to keep out of sight. This one, unlike the other video which you'll find on our channel, which has the range topping GT line, this is the pretty standard normal one. It means the front is slightly different. You're not going to have the LiDAR sensors on the front. That's part of the level 3 automated driving features, but you don't really feel too hard done by. Okay, this doesn't have the digital door mirrors. It's just got regular ones, but to be honest, these are actually better. They work fine. You don't have to worry about them. I want to talk about the wheels as well. These are the 20-inch wheels. Look at that. How cool is that? Really wacky design, this kind of triangular thing. I like, it's a bit different. Maybe you don't like it, but you know, this also, apart from looking that way, helps aerodynamics. Other things that help aerodynamics, having the window wipers, they're tucked down under the bonnet there, all helps this thing get through the air a little bit more cleanly, helps you get towards that 500 plus kilometer range. The door handles also pop out. Once you lock the car, they suck in there, and you've got big windows here. Interestingly, I am not a particularly tall person, about 5'9". This isn't huge, and although it does look big in the pictures, these big windows are really good. The belt line is low in the car. It's very easy to get in and out of. I'll show you that in a moment. Before that, I want to talk about the charging. I mentioned how quick it can go, but this also does electricity going the other way. So you've got vehicle to grid or vehicle to something else. If you want to plug in your, I don't know, your Nespresso machine or power your laptop or whatever, power tools, this little adapter allows you to plug things in and use the battery's power to power something else. Now, okay, maybe you're not going to do it all the time, but if you went camping or you're at a sports day or whatever, it's pretty handy to be able to do that. Now, around the back, what else do you get? This has a slightly different look to what you get on the range topping GT line version. All this is a little bit different, but you do still have this kind of glossy black material. It's a very clean design. You've only got a small EV9 badge here. There is a window wiper tucked up out of the way there. Otherwise, you've got this nice big kind of clean design. There's an electrically operated tailgate, and you know, you still got a pretty decent sized boot in here. Okay, the seats are fully upright. They do recline a little bit more, but you can sit in there and still fit stuff in the back. Very easy. You can even drop the middle seats via buttons here. You've got a power socket in here, 12 volt power socket there. It's all pretty good, and you know, a lot of room. This standard car gets the 3-seat middle row, which unlike the 2 seats gives you a little bit more flexibility. All the floor is flat in here, so that's really good. Nobody feels hard done by, and there's plenty of space before this center console. If you need to get in the back though, it's pretty easy. You've got these quick release buttons here. So if I just press this, hey presto, it just pops up out of the way, and it's suddenly very easy for me, a fully grown adult, to just get into the back and sit in here. Now, these seats also slide forward and back, so you can actually bring that forward. Okay, you lose a little bit of leg room, but it means you've got more leg room back here. And when you're sitting in here, you've got, you know, a nice big glass roof. I've got vents on top here. I've got an armrest. I've even got a USB-C charge port in here. But it's very easy to get in and out, and that's the important thing. When you're gonna have a proper 7-seater like this, it's always usually more of a 5+2 arrangement. But with this, you will be able to sit 2 adults in here fairly comfortably for a lot longer than 5 minutes. In the front, there's a pretty nice layout in here. You've got a square/circular steering wheel. Buttons here have a nice glossy feel to them. Your drive selector is on the side, and you've got 3 screens behind this one panel. 2 12.3-inch displays on the outer section, and 1 small 5-inch display here, which works for all your climate settings. Now, speaking of climate, they want to be more sustainable, is what Kia say. So all of the materials in here increasingly are made from recycled materials, including things like fishing nets for the floor, plastic bottles for the seats, and you'll never know looking at it. All the materials feel and look very, very nice, but it's good that they're doing that. And they say that by 2030, 20% of all of the inside of the car will come from recycled materials. Well, that's a first quick look around the new Kia EV9. It arrives in Ireland later this year, towards the end of the year. So really, it's going to be a 2024 car for a lot of people. If you want a more detailed, in-depth look at the GT line version, head out to the other video on our channel. You'll find it, just have a quick look, and you'll be able to get a more in-depth look at it. We think it's a pretty impressive bit of kit, but we want to know what you think. So tell us in the comments below whether this electric 7-seater is the thing you've finally been looking for in an EV. We'd love to know what you think. If you watched this far, hit the like button, and hey, why not subscribe to the channel? In the meantime, if you want to know more about this car, head over to our website. It's CompleteCar.ie. You'll find it linked in the description below. It's a really good place to go and find your next new car. Thanks for watching.